Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Simon Keefe, and I'm a development manager with Atlassian and JIRA Service Desk. And I'll be giving you a quick sneak peek of some of the new features and developments that we've added to the product recently. But before I do, can I get a quick show of hands who's used or played with JIRA Service Desk before? Not that I can actually see you at all. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm assuming those who haven't seen the product before, so this brief demo will give you a bit of an oversight into what JIRA Service Desk can do to offer your teams. And for those who have seen it before, hopefully you'll see some of the wizardry that we've added that you saw as part of the keynote yesterday. Okay, now I only have 10 minutes, so I'm going to be keeping this to a basic demonstration of the functionalities of the software. So if you do have anything specifically that you want to ask about the product, or you've got any feedback, come over and see us on the product booth. We'd love to hear your stories, hear your feedback, and learn how we can make Service Desk make your teams happier. All right, for those who may not know what a Service Desk can offer your teams, at a fundamental level, you have your teams, which provide services within your organizations, and you have customers that require activities from those teams, such as an employee needing some help or a new keyboard or something. So a Service Desk tool helps you manage the interactions between your customers and your teams, and also manage the processes that your teams need to get that work done. All right, let's dive in. Okay, I'm logged in here as Max. He works in the finance team of our fictional organization, Teams in Space. It's the same organization you'll see we're using on the booths. And it's month end, and so he needs a copy of Microsoft Office. As you can see, I'm keeping the scenarios really space-themed and exciting. As you can see here, Service Desk has helpfully presented us with some knowledge base articles. So by using knowledge base articles, you can deflect queries away from your support team and have end users self-serve on the issue themselves. Okay, we're going to click into the most relevant one there at the top, which is Microsoft Excel. What we're going to see here is Confluence has helpfully given us everything we need to know about getting Excel onto our machine. And as part of that, we need to raise a purchase request. Okay, so Max is going to fill in the details he needs to get that purchase request on. Now, as part of that, he needs approval from his manager. But as he's doing it, you'll see, again, knowledge base articles have been presented to the user. But he's just typing in the details now. And then he'll add Alana, who is his boss, to the request. There we go, there she's been added. And then he creates the request. All right, now we're back to a portal view of the ticket, and we can see here everything we need to know about the current status of the ticket. So at the top, you can see that it's waiting for approval. On the right-hand side, you can see that Alana needs to give that approval. But because he can now use our new organizations feature, he can now share that with everybody within his team. So you can see him doing that now, shares it with the finance team. Now, at the point that he shares this with the team, everybody within that organization will get an email notification, which allows them then to opt into further notifications as that ticket goes on its journey. Also, because he works with the finance team, he actually may want to see what other open tickets there are within the team. So he clicks on the top right-hand corner, clicks finance team, and there we go. These are the currently open tickets that the finance team have. He can then subscribe to further notifications about those as well. All right, I mentioned notifications, so let's have a look at what they look like. So these are the notifications from the viewpoint of Alana, his boss. You can see there were two. At the top was the first one there when Max added her for approval. At the bottom was when Max shared that with the entire team. Now these are very functional, but I think you'll agree they're not very exciting. So now by using the new custom notification system within JIRA Service Desk, you can now modify the look, the feel, the content, everything you need to better suit your company. Here's an example of one I created earlier. So as you can see, it's a lot more visually exciting. I'm just going to briefly dip into the settings just for a moment, just so you can see what that looks like under the hood. So here you can see you can modify the HTML and CSS of what you might already have existing. And also by using pretty basic field markup, you can customize the contents of these emails using actual JIRA data itself. Right, out of settings. Now this is the portal view from the viewpoint of Alana, who you can see there in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, as I mentioned before, Alana is his boss in the finance department, so she needs to approve this ticket. So you can see here now that there's two calls to action, approve and decline. So she can now actually transition this ticket. Oh, went too far. Click on the ticket, there we go. Right, so she can actually now transition this ticket directly from the portal, which means in your case, you don't actually need to consume an agent license to actually move the ticket on. Okay, I've mentioned agents, so actually let's have a look at the agent perspective of JIRA Service Desk. So what we're seeing here is all of the queues we have already defined. Now, so as far as queues are concerned, you can customize these in any way, shape, or form you want. So you can define the columns, you can define the subset of data, and you can do this either using simple column pickers, or for power users who are comfortable with JQL, you can dive in and get your hands dirty there too. What was the next one? Now, also you can also see here which tickets have breached or are about to breach their SLAs, and you can see at the top there, poor Jennifer has been waiting quite some time for that mouse. Unfortunately, she's going to be waiting a little bit longer because we're staying with Max's ticket journey for now. Keeping on the subject of SLAs just a minute, we're just going to jump back into the settings. Here you can see, I'm not going to dwell on this too long. Here you can see that you can define when the clocks start, when they pause, when they stop. And also at the bottom here, you can see that I've defined when an issue type is an instance and it's critical. I want a response within 2 hours, and I want this to be on any day of the week. You can define how those calendars look as well in any way you like. Ooh, right. All right, enough settings. We're now going to have a look at all the unassigned issues, and Max is going to find the one that we created earlier. Just have a sip. Okay, he's clicked on the bottom one there. All right. Okay, so this is the viewpoint of the agent. You'll be familiar if you're a user of JIRA. On the right-hand side, you can see that Alana's already approved it. Again, you can see we've been presented with knowledge base articles that may be relevant to be shared out at that point. And also, if you wanted to, you could actually create a new knowledge base article at this point and directly share it with the customer. But because Mitch has done everything he needs to do at this point to get Excel onto Max's machine, he's just actually going to resolve the ticket at this point now. You can see him doing that now, typing in some blurb. Clicks resolve. And that's it. That's pretty much the basic end-to-end flow of a ticket journey from a customer coming to a portal, asking for some help, to a manager approving it if necessary, to an agent then resolving that ticket. But there's obviously a lot more that you can do with JIRA Service Desk itself. And this includes things such as automation. Now, combining the power of JIRA Service Desk's automation engine and the power of JIRA itself, you can automate pretty much anything you like, from simple things such as automatically escalating issues to particular service owners through to sending out email notifications to individual owners on the transition of a ticket. It's much more rich and sophisticated interactions with external systems. We've also greatly increased the flexibility of Service Desk extended by third-party add-ons, so vendors and developers can extend Service Desk both in visually interactive ways through Connect or via automating it through our external REST APIs. We've also incorporated all of this into the automation engine, so you can actually control external systems either using webhooks or Connect-based remote actions. Now, 20,000 plus teams have now discovered what JIRA Service Desk can do for their teams, so it's over to you. If you'd like to learn more about what JIRA Service Desk can do for your teams, come over and speak to us at the product booth. We'd love to meet you. But as for this demo, that's it. Thank you very much.